horrifying end to a world-class performance. Wingwalker Jane Wicker and her pilot killed at the Dayton Air Show.
I sort of realized at the last second that there was a problem, and then it was too late.
As tens of thousands look on, tonight team coverage of what went wrong.
Shots fired inside the VA Medical Center.
He's discharged, they know, at least a revolver at one point.
Leading to lockdowns, evacuations, and a man wounded.
All the patients that were in the lobby, they made us get all them inside the actual lock the doors.
Tonight we've got new details about the suspect now under arrest. A lot of our veterans come here to the VA because they faced gunfire, but that was from enemies. Tonight, the latest on today's suspected shooter and what's now being done to keep our heroes safe. Tonight, we've learned that suspect is a retired VA housekeeping employee.
And police say they have reason to believe he knew that victim. Nicole,
the gentleman walking around with a gun in the store.
Sir, what's going on?
Gunshots in the store.
Could you hear them? Well, now we can tell you a lot more about that gentleman who was shot dead by police inside the Beaver Creek Walmart and the frightened woman who also died from a medical condition.
Authorities just briefed us on that shooting last night that was so scary it sent shoppers and children running for cover. Elise Coulter begins our team coverage and she joins us now live at the scene. Elise.
Jack and Deborah, Beaver Creek police gave a brief statement about 2 hours ago about exactly what happened inside the Walmart behind me.
You know, this was really a perfect storm of circumstances. I think if any one of those wasn't present, none of us would be here today.
Someone should be held accountable.
You can look at the video for yourself and make your own determination of whether or not you believe that that was a just shooting.
No indictment in the shooting death of John Crawford III. Good evening, I'm Natasha Williams.
And hello, I'm Deborah Lenz. After 2 days of deliberations, a special grand jury declined to indict 2 police officers in that Beaver Creek Walmart shooting.
You'll remember on August 5th, John Crawford III was fatally shot by Beaver Creek police while holding an air rifle in the store. Angela Williams also died in the store from a medical condition.
Alexandra Lewis explains why the prosecutor said the jury decided the officers were justified in that deadly shooting. Alex.
Let's start with a live Skycam look at downtown Dayton. Not a lot of kiddies ringing doorbells there, but parents rushing to be home with them better slow down. More pedestrians, including children, are hit on Halloween than any other time of the year. So who's most at risk now and throughout this Fright Night?
Our reporters are fanned out throughout the Miami Valley to show you how this storm could affect you. And Chief Meteorologist Jeff Booth begins our team coverage tonight. He is tracking the storm system hour by hour.
Yeah, guys, actually, we are seeing a pretty big storm system that's moving in. It's bringing a lot of rain. It's brought a lot throughout the day, and it looks like we're getting a little break in some areas, but that's not necessarily a good thing because...
Sheila Gray's in the newsroom. She's working breaking weather developments all night. Sheila, what do you got?
Really nothing right now, Jack. We want to just let you know that you can watch us on social media throughout the evening as the storm picks up. The winds are going to be picking up, as you heard Jeff and Chris talk about. We do have a number of accidents around. You heard Hillary mention that. And we have our news team here in the newsroom monitoring the scanners, watching all the websites, and we will be posting throughout the evening on our Facebook page, on Twitter, and on the website, fox45now.com.
Major new developments in the Walmart shooting case.
The public has every right to know as much as we can tell them about this.
What the Attorney General's doing to ensure a fair investigation and why John Crawford's family says it's not enough. Plus 2 boys trapped in a house fire.
Oh my gosh, the fire was so big, the smoke was so thick.
The heroic actions firefighters took to save their lives.
Live from 2245 Corporate Place, this is ABC 22 News at 6.
New tonight, Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine naming a special prosecutor in the Beaver Creek Walmart shooting.
Meanwhile, the Crawford family is speaking out, asking for the feds to step in. You'll remember John Crawford III was shot and killed, and Angela Williams died from a medical condition shortly after that shooting back on August 5th.
At this crucial juncture, let's recap what we now know about this case. On August 6th, Beaver Creek Police Chief Dennis Evers asked the Attorney General's office to take over the investigation. On August 14th, people protested outside the Walmart in Beaver Creek. And on the 16th, another protest at the police department. Both groups asked for surveillance video to be released to the public.
And last week on August 19th, Attorney General Mike DeWine ordered a special grand jury and showed a portion of the video to John Crawford's father and their attorney. Well, today, DeWine announced a new prosecutor is taking over that case, and the grand jury will convene on September 22nd. They'll look at the facts of the case and determine if any criminal charges will be filed.
Jackie Kuchar is at the AG's press conference. She begins our team coverage. Jackie?
Jack and Deb, in his effort to keep this case, this very high-profile case, as transparent as possible, he updated the media once again so we could get that message then out to the public. And it happened to be in the very same room that grand jury will convene here at the Greene County Courthouse on September 22nd.
The public has every right to know as much as we can tell them about this.
70 interviews, 1,000 documents on the two officers involved, and video footage of every movement taken by John Crawford III, the officers, and the 911 caller inside Walmart. This is the evidence the Greene County grand jury will hear and see from Special Prosecutor Mark Piepmeier.
I truly believe that Mark Piepmeier has the balanced judgment needed in this case.
Piepmeier, the chief trial counsel in Hamilton County, has been involved in at least 100 use of force cases, including the indictment of the officer who killed Timothy Thomas, the killing that sparked the 2001 Cincinnati race riots.
He has taken many cases to the grand jury, many cases involving actions by police officers. In some cases, the grand jury has indicted the officer, and in some cases, it has not.
Just yesterday, Attorney General Mike DeWine met with a number of faith-based leaders who have major concerns over the fairness of the grand jury. DeWine told them the judge and prosecutor will ensure each juror can be fair and impartial. DeWine's been criticized for not releasing the surveillance video inside Walmart. He says he can't think of any prosecutor who would. Only the Crawford family has seen it.
I don't regret doing that at all. I think it was the right thing to do. But to put the video out on TV and let it be played, I think is not the right thing to do.
OWER, we got the power 'cause we.
Some concerned citizens who showed up for DeWine's announcement aren't convinced on this special prosecutor.
The person making the choice is from Greene County. They're choosing someone from Hamilton County. I still don't see that as an unbiased choice.
I didn't really have faith in the process in the first place and just really wanted to get the federal Department of Justice involved.
And the DOJ and the FBI are monitoring this case closely. DeWine even briefed them last Friday. Once the case is done here at the state level, an indictment or not, a trial or not, the feds will take a good look at it. But again, as we've been reporting, the family says they want the feds to step in now, not later. And Natasha Williams continues our team coverage with that part of the story. Natasha?
Well, Jackie, attorneys for the Crawford family do want their case investigated by the Department of Justice. They're also calling for the Attorney General Mike DeWine to release all of the video. They say the material that's been released so far is very one-sided. Attorneys for the Crawford family say from what they've seen so far, one thing is clear.
The video that we were shown appears that John was shot on sight, a militaristic engagement that resulted in two tragic deaths on August the 5th.
And for that reason, Michael Wright believes the case needs to be reviewed by federal authorities.
In order for this investigation and prosecution to be fair and unbiased, we need Mike DeWine to refer this case to the Department of Justice, not to a special prosecutor.
Yes, extremely tough, especially after viewing the video.
John Crawford Jr. says despite all his family has endured, they want to know exactly what happened, and he believes the delays in transparency are deliberate.
Frankly, I see stall tactics.
The public has a right to know what happened in that Walmart so they can judge these officers' conduct.
The attorneys maintain Crawford was doing nothing wrong. They say he was simply shopping when he was shot and killed.
The tape we saw several shoppers walk by John, look at merchandise in the same aisle with John, including Angela Williams and her children, and they were completely indifferent as to John's presence.
Wright and others are again calling for the Attorney General to release all the video. They say what's been put out so far is only telling one side of the story.
The 911 call, the dash cam video, the Officer Darko being back on the force and back at work, all those things point towards The police did nothing wrong.
Wright claims the video will show John Crawford picked up the gun from an open package and was looking at it, not threatening anyone, and because of it, he is dead.
He told his girlfriend on the cell phone, "It's not real." Bang, bang. That's what you're going to see in the video.
Now, the victim's father is a former parole officer and says he understands how the system works, but he and others say now they've waited long enough, release the video, and get on with this investigation. Jack, Deb, back to you.
Tasha, thanks. Tonight at 7, we're having a town hall discussion about race relations in America. You can watch it live streamed on our website, abc22now.com. We're going to discuss the impact of race, civil rights, justice, and the role of the media. Just log on to the town hall section of our website tonight at 7 to join in.
Dayton police are now giving citizens a place to take their complaints against police officers. It's a new program they've been working on for months now. Coming up on our sister station, Fox 45 News at 6:30, will tell you what they're doing for those who have a grievance with police.
Tonight's other news, and new tonight, a 911 call tells us more about the man run over by an RTA bus.
He said the guy was stumbling and then fell back into the street when he went to take off.
The victim last night, now identified as 56-year-old William Cribley of Trotwood. He died from his injuries. Police say Mr. Cribley got off the bus from the back doors when it stopped in the 3500 block of Shiloh Springs Road. He then fell and stumbled and wound up under the bus as it was driving away. Police believe Cribley may have been intoxicated.
And we've been tracking some showers and even a few storms in parts of the Miami Valley. We did have one severe thunderstorm warning. Now we're just looking at some storms, but we do have to watch some of these. You can see some light rain up in parts of Auglaize as well as Shelby counties. A little bit heavier though right now at 36 and just east of Greenville, also in southern Darke County. And this action is moving off to the east and the southeast at around about 20 miles an hour. So that's going to be pushing this line out through parts of Miami County and even towards Montgomery County in the coming minutes. We'll see some of that action in Arcanum. Heavier rain in around a minute. Laura in around 13 minutes. Verona around 20. Coming up in just a bit, we're going to tell you what day we dry out, let you know when the humidity levels will drop, and get you that full 7-day, guys.
Thieves burst into a home in the middle of the night and they have guns. Next, the frantic call for help and exactly what that caller feared.
Plus, it's almost time for the Montgomery County Fair, but a traffic jam could get in the way. How fair officials, though, plan to keep everything running smoothly. You're watching ABC 22 News at 6, now streaming live on abc22now.com.